Boulder, Colorado, one of the most picturesque locations in the world, let alone for college football, and you will see plenty of Buffaloes roaming here. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Ducks will kick it away to start us off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Line gets set, first down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. And the Buffaloes want to pick up the tempo. This quarterback part of their running game. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Goes to the option. Now the toss. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Give that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Now on 3rd down after that run. Direct snap. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Right on target this time. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man,
fires toward the end zone. And And that pass is intercepted.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise. Continuing to get louder and louder. Haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in. College sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. They're going to stay competitive, and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year. Then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
The offense making a statement early in this game. They're going to open the entire playbook, and they're going to show this defense so many different looks and try to keep them on their heels. I love that play call. You could see the defense wasn't sure what was going on.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get your rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
This drive facing a little adversity now. A 10-yard loss leaves him with 2nd and 20. Quickly to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. If you're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. And now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Leaves it with the back. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And he hauls it in inside the 30. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. He's going to pass. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Looking left. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Looking for a gap. It's Francis. Finds a crevice and picks up 5 out to the 8.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
He'll sneak it. And the Ducks will have a 1st down.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Wide open downfield. Off he goes. He's at the 40. Powers through. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
To the air, it's Sayin. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Ducks! A great catch and run for 6. Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You can see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger race. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover.
He's off to the races. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Buffaloes want to crank the tempo. On 2nd down, looking to throw. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Buffaloes.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They're just about ready to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Dropping back, it's Sayin. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Colorado. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers, go jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
And they tacked on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Central Michigan has the lead right now. Mount Pleasant has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 4 over Ball State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. On the run, still looking. On the move at the 30. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys too, so good luck stopping them.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. It's on target and complete. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
I don't bring more speed on the field if I don't think it's a pass, right? If I think they're going to line up and hit me in the mouth, I'm going to bring more big guys. They brought more speed on the field. They went nickel. They knew it was a passing situation. They told those pass rushers to hunt, those DBs to cover. The defense was ready for that.
Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And he makes the catch, but just a hair out of the back of the end zone. It'll be incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Sayin coming after him. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Smashes it between the uprights. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Fielded in the end zone. It's Welsh. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense.
Oh, he wants it all. Makes the catch down the right side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Might as well try to punch them while they're reeling. You get one huge play to set it up. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 40. He's looking to throw it. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run this play from the pistol. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Looking down the middle. On target to the left. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He wants to throw. He's got it and still on his feet. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bucs.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this 1st half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Buffaloes will kick it off to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball.
Lofts one high and deep. And the ball will be grabbed at the 30-yard line. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Bought a little time. Lets it go. He's got his man. They get him down after he makes the catch.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Oregon! They take the lead with the 6. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Fires left. Pulls it in. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looks as if he's going to run it. They almost got a 1st down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape.
And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play. And the Buffaloes line up to punt it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Outside the pocket, lets it go. He makes the catch. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. On 1st and 10 from the 38. They'll leave it with the lone back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
To the air, it's Sayin. He's going to take off. Across the 25, he's got room. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Defense might bring the house here. Moves around to clear up the vision. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Already proven reliable. Once he'll try a second field goal, this one a 37-yarder. Field goal is good. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
You're going to stay aggressive here. 5 wide on 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the catch down the right side. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, trying to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
On the run, it's good.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's got it on the run. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He'll take it himself. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Man, is that dude fast. It is easy to see how this position is evolving more and more to have elite athletes and elite throwers.
Reese, you say easy, I say annoying. Think about the defensive perspective. I got to guard the running back running. I got to guard the wide receivers. Oh, and now the quarterback's going to run? Well, here, you take the play and stop it.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously, you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
They get it into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. The lead stands at 7. So a dynamite play there. 99 yards. He took it back for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Welch. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. He'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Use the play fake, now to throw. On the run, fires downfield. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. A 1st down for the offense. He leaves it with his back. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if they're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Ducks are threatening in the red zone.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the air, it's Sayin. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He's right on target. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. He caught it. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
After that completion, it's decision time now for the head coach. Do you kick a field goal, add to your lead, make it more difficult on the opposing offense, or do you trust your quarterback to make one more big completion here and ice the game?
He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Colorado has the ball back in the Buffalo. Hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's picked off for the 4th time.
Wow! Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Caught in the backfield, it's Bauer. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Great recognition by the defense on that pass play. They knew exactly who the quarterback was going to, and they got there quick.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Pressure coming. Get it out on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. He's... Line of scrimmage, that'll be a loss of 3.
We're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Looking downfield, it's Sayin. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. A nice way to go into the postseason and eventually the offseason with a W, but the question is, will it be enough to keep the Wolves at bay?
It's a great way to punctuate the season. You just have to wonder, though, if there were too many L's on the schedule to keep this guy around next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole body of work, right? You finish strong, but what does everybody look at? Like, how many games do you win? Who do you beat is important, right? Do you beat your rivals? Like, there's so much more. Do you have the team's ears still? So there's a lot that goes into decision-making, but it was definitely a disappointing season.
They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. Feelings, the offense coughs it up, and they were on the move. Oh, the loose ball recovered by the offense, but they don't have enough for the 1st down. It'll be a turnover on downs.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Picks up the first down. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Shoots it to the left. It's complete. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th. They want to throw it. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Colorado!
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the 4th. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for a 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you've got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
He's going to run it. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
Well, defensively, you've got to have an answer for this athletic quarterback. You've got to do a better job containing him in the pocket, or you've got to have a spy ready to make the play and get a tackle if he decides to get out. But everything went wrong there. Not only did he get first, but you also let him get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. He's going to pass. They're bringing heat. He'll pull it down. On the move, he fires. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Ducks! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. The quick out. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. On 2nd down, he'll fire. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. He's looking to throw it. He's going up top here late in the game. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's second down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the fourth quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet stick.
Time to take a shot. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. The offense will use the timeout clock as stop with 22 seconds left.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And a big
good
return
guy.
after the INT
He's
sets
going
up the
to
offense
fucking
for this
nuts.
possession. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. The quarterback takes a knee. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early.